So that's why I'll be late round this morning.
Oh, no doubt Stanley can fix it.
Well, there won't be a sausage sandwich in the place if he doesn't. I've had nothing but trouble with this new one. I'd rather have kept the old one.
Well, Mr. Blake decided that old grill was dangerous. You've got to move with the times, Ivy. You've got to accept progress.
Aye, well, I wouldn't mind progress if it didn't slow everything down.
I'll have a cup of coffee, Ivy, before you go.
Oh, I haven't come yet. I've got the packing room, stock room and Lythorpe shop to do before I come in here. I only came in to tell you I wouldn't be in yet.
I'm out of my depth with logic like that.
Hey, this do Saturday night.
Oh, the dinner dance?
Will everybody be wearing long frocks?
I shouldn't think Stanley will be.
The women, you daft apeth.
Yes, Ivy, gold lamy surgical stockings will not be glamorous enough on this occasion.
I reckon I'll have to let a couple of seams out in mine. I put a bit of weight on.
When did you last wear it?
PJ night.
Should just about be back in fashion. Oh, Stanley, Ivy's sausage grill's broken. Do you think you could fix it?
Oh, I bet she's fused the socket. I've told her not to overload it. She thinks it's directly linked to the national grid.
Well, you better have a look at it. We're likely to have the entire workforce out on strike if there aren't any sausage sandwiches.
Got early today, Sharon? Morning's only half over.
I've run all way.
Well, that's hardly impressive. You only live 500 yards away. Even if you'd done a Sebastian Coe, you were still at least 5 minutes late before you left the house.
I've had trouble with Wayne.
On Monday you were late for your interview because the dog took your shoe. Yesterday you were late because the dog had eaten the gerbil. Today it's because of trouble with something called Wayne. Is that another of your pets?
It's my boyfriend.
Oh, not a gerbil.
We buried him.
Your boyfriend?
Another gerbil that McQueen ate.
Well, if the dog ate him, how could you bury him?
He didn't eat him all. He just sort of nibbled him.
Well, I'm beginning to feel quite queasy.
Anybody want a sausage sandwich?
Yeah, I'll have one.
Stanley's mending my grill. It'll be 10 minutes.
Right.
Sharon, are you a quarter of an hour late and still without a breakfast inside you?
Yeah.
Well, I have to get my husband Roland off to work and Stephen off to school, and I still manage to make sure all three of us have breakfast before we leave the house. And I'm at work in time.
Yeah, some people are like that, aren't they?
Well, why can't you be one of them?
I don't know. I suppose it's something to do with my socio-economic rating.
You Tokyo what?
Not Tokyo, that's Chinese. Sokyo. There was this quiz in the paper with all these questions, and you had to choose either A, B or C. Like, if you were caught in the rain, would you A, take a taxi, B, take a bus, C, put your plastic mac on and run for it? If you scored 200 points, you were a High Court judge or a Master of the Hunt or the world's greatest concert pianist or something, and you were in Group A.
Oh, and how many points did you score?
12.
Oh. What group did that put you in?
Group C. Mind you, I'm only in that by the skin of my teeth. I think if we'd gone further down the alphabet, I'd have just about made it into W.
Well, what's all this got to do with your being late and missing breakfast?
Well, if you're in socio-economic rating C, you have less time between getting out of bed in the morning and being late for work than other people have.
3 things here, Sharon. Firstly, that is absolute rubbish. Everyone can make time for breakfast in the morning and still not be late for work. Secondly, it is pronounced socio-economic, not socio-economic. Thirdly, Tokyo is a city in Japan, not China.
Same difference.
Well, not if you happen to be the Emperor Hirohito.
I bet emperors are in Group A.
Sharon, did it occur to you that the people in Group A got to be in Group A by hard, conscientious work? I mean, there can't be many High Court judges that started their working lives by allowing the fact the dog nibbled the gerbil to make them late for work.
Do you know any High Court judges?
No, dear, I can't say I do.
Neither do I. My dad knows a magistrate.
Really?
Yeah, he fined him 20 quid for threatening behaviour.
Who was he threatening?
The magistrate.
Well, I suppose there are some people who find it a harder struggle than others to get up to Group A.
So that's why I'm late, because me and Wayne have broken up.
Oh, Sharon, you're talking bunches like grapes.
I told you when I got here it was because of him. I was late going to bed last night, so I overslept.
Now, all right, I shall endeavour just once more to understand this problem. Who is Wayne, and why have you broken up with him?
Wayne Potts, my boyfriend. We had a row last night.
What about?
About Saturday night.
Last Saturday night or next Saturday night?
Yeah.
Well, which?
Both.
I can see that your conversations with other people are probably just as confusing as your conversations with me.
Wayne don't confuse me. He just gets on my nerves.
Oh, well then why'd you go out with him?
Because he's my boyfriend.
Oh, couldn't you find yourself another boyfriend?
Well, father aren't same.
Well, of course they aren't. Some men are selfish and self-centred and thoughtless, but there are others who are... Well, there are others who are... Yes, I do see your point.
We went to this disco. It were all right. A bit crowded, but not bad. Anyway, I went to Lav with Tracy.
Tracy?
Yeah, and we...
Now, just a minute, Sharon. The cast of this drama is getting bigger. Who is Tracy?
My best friend. She was there with her boyfriend Spike.
Spike?
That's not his real name. His real name's Bamba. Bamba Grimshaw. But you can't be called Bamba around here, can you?
Well, not without a good grounding in self-defence, I suppose.
Anyway, when we got back from Lav, Wayne and Spike were chatting up these two girls, and they were dead common as well. Black and red hair. T'other had black and green.
Oh, so you've broken up because of Wayne's tendency to philander?
No, we've broken up because he was chatting up the one with black and red hair. He wants to go to that disco on Saturday night, and I've said I'm not going.
Do you know, Sharon, when I was your age, I had lots of boyfriends.
How many?
Well, there was, well, I can't remember. One or two, anyway.
One or two's not a lot.
What I mean is, I didn't go out with anybody seriously. I played the field. I was more carefree about things.
I think we're a more serious generation today. It's because we live with the bomb.
Live with the bomb? Sharon, I was born in 1943. I spent most of the first year of my life in an Anderson shelter.
Did you? What were it like?
Oh, it was lovely. A bit like the Midland Hotel with slightly thicker carpets. How should I know what it was like? Really?
What's up with you two? See more smiling faces in a chapel of rest.
Sharon wants to know what Anderson shelters were like.
Well, they weren't exactly Chatsworth House, but they were better than those new council flats down Sefton Street.
She's worried about the bomb.
Oh, you got an unexploded doodlebug in your back garden, have you?
What's a doodle bug?
The bomb, Stanley. Bomb with a capital B. Sharon's generation is living with the bomb and it's making them serious.
Hey, and if they drop it, I hope it lands on a girl with black and red hair.
You can't get more serious than that.
Hey, Elsie.
What?
There's a lad over there winking at me.
Ignore him, Sharon. He looks a very suspect type.
It's not bad looking, really.
Well, nice young men don't wink at girls in cafes.
Why not?
It's common, Sharon.
Oh.
I never had this trouble when I used to come in with Eunice.
Who's Eunice?
Girl who had your job before. Well, I say girl. She wasn't a girl, exactly. She worked for Mr. Blake for 18 years.
Why did she leave?
They moved to Liverpool.
I bet you miss her, don't you?
Oh, I do and I don't.
Oh, he's gone. I wonder whether he'll be in tomorrow.
That type, Sharon, is rarely in the same place 2 days running. You should raise your sights a little. Look for a young man with a bit of breeding.
You mean one that isn't in Group C?
Precisely. Now, Eunice was a case in point. I mean, she was a good-hearted girl and I was very fond of her. But she was very jealous of me and sometimes it showed.
Why was she jealous?
Eunice did what you're in danger of doing.
Getting off with a lad who winked at her in a cafe.
Eunice had married beneath her.
He only winked, Elsie. He didn't propose.
I'm referring to you and Wayne.
Oh, him.
Now, Eunice and Ted had known each other since they were 12 years old and they'd married at 19. Now, Ted was a pleasant enough man. I mean, I'm not saying anything against him, but he wasn't what you would call intelligent. In fact, thick would be an accurate. Now, Eunice, on the other hand, could have made something of herself if she'd tried, but of course, once she was married, it was too late.
Can't you make anything yourself if you're married?
Not if you marry beneath you, Sharon. It holds you back. Now, I had the good sense to look around for someone with prospects.
Like Roland, you mean?
Yeah. As soon as I discovered that Roland had joined the civil service, I knew he was the sort of person who could give me a secure future. You see, Roland is index-linked, and that always rankled with Eunice.
Well, it would, wouldn't it?
You want to look to the future, Sharon. You want to find yourself someone to suit the person you want to be, not the person you are.
The person I want to be?
You see, everybody's got the ability to better themselves, Sharon, if they could only be bothered to use it. Now, what sort of person would you really like to be?
I'd like to be Bo Derek.
Yes, well, one also has to employ a little realism. Would you like a cup of coffee?
I'd rather have a strawberry milkshake.
A strawberry milkshake?
Do you not think Bo Derek could have a milkshake?
Well, not with chips.
It's not going to be easy, is it? Being the person I want to be.
Well, certain sacrifices would have to be made. However, not necessarily right away. I'll get you a milkshake.
You're the new one that's come to work with her?
Yeah.
Don't I think she's some at that one?
Well, her husband's index-linked.
Oh, what's that mean when it's at home?
I think it must mean he's got a place in the bike shed.
And when we went to Venice, I thought Eunice would have apoplexy. They just had a week in Scarborough, and of course it rained. I think the dampness made her bunions play up. I had some beautiful photographs of the Rialto, and she was green with envy.
What was on? At the Rialto.
It's a bridge, Sharon. A bridge over a canal in Venice.
Don't think I'll go there. I've seen enough of canals to last me a lifetime.
The world isn't all like this, you know.
Then why couldn't I come from somewhere else?
It's not where you come from in life that matters, Sharon. It's where you go to.
I don't have anywhere to go to.
Of course you do.
Where?
Back to work, we're 5 minutes late. Well, you mustn't let Wayne break your heart over a girl with black and red hair.
I didn't let him break me heart. I belted him right head with my David Essex record.
You two could bring your minds back to business. Cast your eyeballs over these.
Oh, proofs of the new range. Is Mr. Blake happy with them?
As happy as he ever is.
Oh.
Can I look? Oh, this is a nice wedding one. Congratulations to you both on joining heart and hand. Best wishes on your wedding day as side by side you stand. May good luck never leave you through all the days ahead.
But don't rely on luck alone. Cross your legs instead.
Say that.
Oh, ignore him, Sharon. Stanley Crabtree was the scourge of Albion Street Junior School, and he has not improved with age.
Did you two go to school together?
We went to the same school. We did not go to school together.
That's because Elsie's 2 years older than me.
2 years younger?
Oh, and she was a right little cracker and a June slipped on her.
Tiny, leave me alone.
Yeah, and she hasn't changed with age either. That's just what she used to say then. Well, come on, you two. Hand back the proofs. Some of us got work to do.
Do you know, sometimes, Stanley, I find you very trying.
He's always trying. Have you been in lift with him? Get off!
Oh, Roland rang. He said he's taking the car into the garage to be serviced.
Today?
Well, he was definitely speaking in the present tense, so he can't pick you up tonight.
Oh, that's typical of Roland. Fancy taking the car in the day after I've washed my hair. What will I do if it rains?
If you take a taxi, you get 8 points. If you take a bus, you get 4 points.
Yes, thank you. Thank you, Sharon. I can work out my own socio-economic rating.
What are you doing with that cup?
Well, I'm not smoking it, am I?
Did you have it with your dinner?
No. I had what was inside it with me dinner. I contemplated the cup, but my teeth were not up to it.
Give it here. I don't like stray cups.
Anyone would think you had to pay for them out of your wages.
I'm responsible for them. I have a position of trust here I kept with.
You're not the only one. Only just now, Jim Blake spoke to me personally and asked me if me and Florrie were coming to the do on Saturday night.
Happen he wanted to make sure he won't be sitting next to you.
He appreciates my value. He'll not find a better caretaker than me, you know.
It must be nice to have that much confidence in yourself. Do they make them elastic-sided caps specially to fit heads like yours?
Just you wait till you see me Saturday night. There'll be all these lasses round here fighting to get their hands on me for the Velita.
I reckon your Florrie would pay any of them to take you away for keeps.
She wouldn't know what to do with her time if she didn't have me and the pigeons to look after.
Some women have all the luck. Hey, what'll she be wearing, your Florrie?
Me, I don't know. What she always wears when we go out, I suppose.
What's that?
How should I know? A fella doesn't spend his time looking at his wife.
Isn't it marvellous? There's women all over the country protesting about everything from bombs to birth control, and they let you go free.
Really, Rob, what does it matter what she wears?
'Cause it's formal, you daft ape-earth, and that means a long frock.
Does it have to be?
Of course it does. And you'll have to wear a dinner jacket and all. And for your information, dinner jacket doesn't mean that old tweed thing that you've spilt more than one dinner down.
I know what a dinner jacket is. Our Clarence is lending me one.
Your Clarence is twice the size you are.
I said he was lending me one. I didn't say it would fit. I've come about Saturday night.
Oh, what about it, Ike?
Ivy says all women have got to wear long frocks.
Well, I think most of them will, but we've never had a dinner dance before, and it is the company's Golden Jubilee year.
Florrie hasn't got a long frock.
Well, then buy her one, Ike.
Buy her one? I'm caretaker round here, you know. I'm not chairman of ICI.
She'll probably never have the chance to go to anything like this again.
Then she'll not get full wear out of it, will she? She had a new frock for our Shirley's 21st.
Your Shirley is older than me.
What's that got to do with it? It were a nice frock, she can always alter it.
Oh, what's she like with a sewing machine, your Florrie? Could you take the bustle out of it herself?
I can't go buying her new frocks every other week.
Oh, for goodness sake, Ike, let her enjoy herself for once.
Enjoy herself, she don't go short. I took her to New Brighton for a week.
When?
1959.
Oh, wasn't even born in 1959.
You didn't miss much, especially in New Brighton.
Well, that now, Shirley, I'll run her something up on the machine. I don't know. New frocks. I've never heard of that.
Now, there you have it, Sharon. A typical example of the species, Homo norvernicus. That's just what I've been trying to warn you against. You want to make sure you don't end up married to something like that.
Waiting to know more, thingy.
I don't think you've quite got my meaning, dear.
Got any tea cakes?
Aye, Kepworth. Have you ever known me start my afternoon round without tea cakes?
Oh. Oh, that's stale.
Stale? It's all right.
You've had that lot on your trolley since Monday.
Give 'em here, I'll toast 'em. Stanley! It's done it again!
You'll have to watch that.
Why? Is Reginald Dixon gonna play it? I'll be late again. My kitchen's blown up.
It could be a terrorist attack.
Or it could just be Ivy's permanent state of war with the North Western Electricity Board.
Does that mean we'll miss us tea?
Well, it's only an hour since you had a strawberry milkshake.
I wouldn't like to miss me tea, though. Breaks up the afternoon, doesn't it?
You could try breaking up the afternoon by doing that filing.
I hate filing.
I haven't seen you doing it yet. You do know how to file, don't you?
Yeah, of course I do. It's just not very exciting, that's all.
Very little office work is intrinsically exciting, Sharon.
I think the person I want to be would have an exciting job.
If you concentrated and did this job well, you would gain a sense of achievement, and then you'd have confidence in yourself. And then you'd have the poise to find yourself a more interesting job and a more exciting sphere of life.
Yeah, I suppose you're right. A scruffy old works in Ancoats isn't exactly an exciting sphere, is it?
No, I have to agree with you there, dear, it isn't. But being Mr. Blake's secretary does carry a certain sense of responsibility.
Yeah, I suppose so. Why do you work here, Elsie? Wouldn't you like to work somewhere a bit posher?
Well, when I was your age, I worked in a very nice office in the centre of town. Most of the people who worked there came from Cheshire. But I've got other priorities now, and I've got Roland and Stephen to look after. This job suits me. I can leave every night at 5 o'clock, and Mr. Blake is very understanding if I have to take half a day off.
I wish I had priorities.
Oh, everybody's got priorities, Sharon. You just haven't worked out what yours are yet.
Is Wayne a priority?
Well, if he is, he shouldn't be.
It don't matter anyway, because I'm never going to see him again.
Probably for the best. Mrs. Beecroft, can I help you? Oh, who's calling her? Could you hold on a minute, please? It's for you. It's Wayne.
Wayne? Hello? I've told you, I'm never going to see you again. All right. But I'm not going to that disco, you can forget that for a start. I'll choose where we'll go this Saturday. I don't know. It depends on my priorities. And don't call me at work again. I have a very responsible job here. This isn't the sort of place where they just employ anyone, you know. Couldn't work here if you had black and red hair. There, that told him, didn't it?
It told him you're still jealous of the girl with black and red hair. Oh, it's always a mistake to let a man know you're jealous, Sharon. It tells him you care about him and makes him feel more secure.
I bet Bo Derek would have figured that out for herself.
Well, probably, but she is a lot older than you.
Aye, I bet she'd know where to go on Saturday night, too.
Wait a minute. I've just had an idea. Why don't you come to the dinner dance?
I've only worked here 3 days, Elsie.
That doesn't matter. You're an employee.
I don't know, I'd be a bit embarrassed. I've never been to a big do like that.
Well, now's your chance. It'll show you that there's more to life than discos and pop music.
What's this? Words of advice from old Mother Shipton?
I was just suggesting that Sharon and her boyfriend came to the dinner dance on Saturday.
Good idea. There'll be excitement beyond your wildest dreams. You'll be able to thrill to the sight of Ike and Florrie Epworth as they click their heels in a wild Spanish flamenco. Yes, and catch your breath in wonder as Roland Beecroft whirls in a traditional dance of his dervish ancestors.
Theo!
Discover the exotic, the sensual delights of the Arabian dance of the 7 tea towels, as performed by Ivy Higginbottom, favourite concubine of the great Pasha himself.
What's up with him?
Don't take any notice, Ivy. He's just having one of his turns.
It'll be all old-fashioned dancing, won't it? You know, waltzes and things.
Not all the time. No, there'll be something for everybody. Musical enjoyment doesn't begin and end with Top of the Pops, you know.
You listen to Elsie, Sharon. I mean, she knows what she's talking about. And even before you were born, she was screaming like a banshee at every Billy Fiore concert in the Northwest.
Yes, well, we don't want to discuss my formative years, Stanley, do we?
Who's Billy Fury?
He was a pop singer years ago.
Did you go to pop concerts, Elsie?
Well, don't sound so surprised. I didn't come out of the ark, you know.
I saw Joseph Locke once at the Opera House.
By heck, Ivy, you've certainly lived.
I've gone out to work to a dinner dance.
I've decided to buy myself a new frock. I'll never get into the old one, no matter what I do. I were her size when I bought it.
Oh, fine. What you wear it for? The opening of the Crystal Palace?
And it's lovely material. Oh, it'd be a shame to give it to a jumble sale.
Bring it in tomorrow, Ivy, and we'll see if we can alter it for Sharon.
Are you kidding?
Then I'll bring it in.
A lot of dresses of the 30s and 40s are right back in fashion now, Sharon.
It's not a fancy dress, do, is it?
I'm determined to show you a little bit of sophistication and glamour.
Sophistication and glamour? It's only the works dinner dance, Elsie. It's not a soirée in Monte Carlo.
It's at the Midland Hotel, Stanley, and Roland will be wearing a dinner jacket. And that adds up to more sophistication and glamour than Sharon's been exposed to in some basement disco.
There's a bloke in our street wears a dinner jacket.
Oh, really? What is he, a Freemason or something?
No, he's a bouncer at a bingo hall in Hardwick.
I've got a message for you. She's got it on.
You are?
That's it, the message. She's got it on.
Oh, the frock. Hey, I must see this. Stanley! It's done it again!
It's horrible.
No, it isn't horrible. It's not horrible at all, and Ivy was right about that material. It's lovely, and it's cut on the bias. It just wants tapering there.
I feel daft.
Now, what we need to do is cut those sleeves out.
My hands look like chopsticks hanging out of here.
And we can lay it front and take out those shoulder pads.
Hey, that brings back memories. Seems like only yesterday since I wore it.
Must have been 100 years.
Yes, we can bring this right up to date, you know, right.
What are you going to do?
I'm going to show you what can be achieved with a little vision. There was nothing wrong with that car before it was serviced. I shall go in that garage first thing Monday morning and tell them precisely what I think of their professional abilities.
Will we miss it, Elsie?
Well, it's a good job we were early. As long as that taxi I've ordered comes within the next 10 minutes, we should be just in time for the meal.
Hey, Sharon, you get any money?
Not for you, I haven't.
Oh, it's all right. Got some here.
Wayne, why don't you go out and out Roland with his car?
I don't know about cars.
Neither does Roland.
I told you she thinks a lot of herself, that one. Look what she's wearing to come in here on a Saturday night.
Sorry about this, Sharon.
Hey, come on, Sharon. Give us 10p, will you?
Here.
Thanks.
It's not Roland's fault, Elsie. But I do hope we get there, because I feel great dressed up like this, you know. Dignified. Elsie! It's her! It's girl with black and red hair! Give it! That's mine!
Is it yours as well?
Yeah, it's the sod off!
Sharon, that's not very dignified.
Taxi.
Yes, we'll be with you right away.
Come on, Ella.
I'm going to a party tonight. You want to come?
No, it doesn't, you cheeky!
Wait a minute, Sharon. We might as well find out what Wayne really feels right now. Now, there you are then, Wayne. It's up to you. Do you want to go to a party with this girl, or do you want to come with us?
Sorry, love, I'm busy tonight.
Suit yourself.
Oh, well, there we are. Then we better get moving or we miss the first course. I'll call Roland. I'm not so sure about that, Sharon. Only time will tell.